We have here a 2004 Ford F-150 Lariat 5.4 liter Triton. Now, this vehicle originally came to us with a problem concerning the shift. It wouldn't start in park. It also would not shift into park, and the customer couldn't figure out why. So we went ahead and diagnosed it, and what we found was that the shift cable had been sitting on the exhaust manifold, and as a result, it melted and burnt over time. Okay, so we went ahead and we bought a new shift cable, and went ahead and got that installed. Now, when we reinstalled the new shift cable, we noticed that we had the same problem with the first one, and that's that the shift cable sits across the exhaust manifold. So what does that mean? Well, that means that probably a year from now, this shift cable is also going to melt and do the same thing. So what we were trying to find out is if this was a mistake that somebody else caused, or if this is actual an engineering defect. And believe it or not, this is actually an engineering defect. The engineers actually thought that cheap little insulation there would keep the shift cable from burning up, and that's not true, as you can see on our other shift cable. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to uninstall the new cable, and I'm going to have to probably double up on that insulation, come up with my own repair for this, because my customers are known for getting their vehicles fixed right the first time and never having to come back. So that's what we're going to do, and I'll show you how we're going to do that here in a little bit. Also, we're replacing the spark plugs on this vehicle, and which is another kind of an engineering defect. Based off of the way the heads are built on this vehicle, it has a special spark plug, and the spark plugs like to get seized up inside of the engine. So I'm going to pause the video and take you over to the workbench. I'm going to show you some quick fixes that we can do to go ahead and repair this and also keep these problems from happening again. Okay, so here we are with all of our Ford parts for our Ford. Now here's our old cable. As you can see, where the exhaust burnt it up because it lays across the exhaust manifold, and it's got this cheap heat shield here. They upgraded it, looks like, to another cheap plastic heat shield. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way this is going to withstand the heat of that exhaust over a period of time. So I'm going to use a muffler bandage kit, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and double insulate this area of the cable right here, so that way we won't have to worry about it burning up or melting. That way it can withstand the exhaust heat. So I'll have to use the solution here and mix all this together and then apply it and then let it dry. So that's how we're going to fix that, and that's how we're going to make sure that never happens again. Now, if you look at the old spark plugs here, you can see where, and they're a special plug, they have this long sleeve on the end of them, but you can see where there's carbon buildup. And this is what happens to these spark plugs if you don't change them out and they get stuck inside of the engine. When you go to turn them and take them out, this will get stuck, and next thing you know, this will break off. So a little bit of anti-seize applied to a new plug to the outside area is how you fix that, so when you go to change these plugs out, it won't happen again. So all you got to do is apply it on there. I'm only one man here, so I'm going to pause the video, apply it, and show you what it'll look like. Okay, and as you can see now, I've applied the anti-seize to this plug. And this is what anti-seize will look like if applied to the plug properly there. And this will keep this plug from getting like that and seizing up in the engine. So a simple fix. So those are the two fixes that if you run across this problem on your Ford F-150, that is how to properly take care of it.